So welcome to the session. We're going to talk about AI as usual. I mean, not as usual, but nowadays everyone talks about AI, and we cannot stay away from it. So we're going to talk about AI-driven enumeration. But honestly, when it comes to AI, there's not just about enumeration. Of course, we can use it in different phases of ethical hacking. But since we cannot cover everything in this single session, we're going to mostly focus on the enumeration and how we can. And we'll take a look at that from two different perspectives. First of all, we'll take a look at this more globally, how it can be done in the by those who create tools and different AI backed, and also how can you use yourself when you just the pen tester. How can you use AI for quicker enumeration and better understanding what's going on? And of course, we're going to talk about some concerns related to AI, because we should not fully rely on it, because you probably know. We'll talk about that anyway. So a few words about myself. My name is Sergey. I'm an instructor, consultant, conference speaker, CEH master, CPENT, LPT master as well. Why I didn't tell it in the slide that I know. I was a speaker at Hacker Halted conference, which took place last week. I think my session was exactly a week ago on last Thursday. So that's me. When I deliver sessions, I prefer to show live demos if possible. Of course, when I need to talk about some global things that are more theoretical, that's where we're going to use slides. But if I can show something like hands-on, what you can take right away, I'll do. So let's first get a quick understanding what is AI enhanced enumeration for reconnaissance, or why we can get benefits from AI. First of all, if you are here, just probably you know what the enumeration is, but who knows, maybe you're completely just starting in cybersecurity. Maybe it's your first webinar and you didn't hear about enumeration before. So in the ethical hacking not only ethical, by the way, in hacking, before attacker can attack the target, he or she needs to know about the target, have more information about the target. And so one of the first steps in the cyber attack is to gather information. So case of enumeration, we mean that we're going to gather detailed information about the systems, networks, and so forth. And that's the process that we have all the time during the whole life cycle, because even if the attacker already compromised the target and get into the network, again, attacker, pen tester, ethical hacker, so you can put any names, they all need to do it. So even if we already have the compromised target and we're already inside of the network, now we need to make another reconnaissance and another reconnaissance, another reconnaissance. That means enumeration in that case. So we get a detailed information as well. So enumeration is the crucial in the early phase, but also it will be used on the whole ongoing life cycle of the penetration test, ethical hack and not ethical hack and so forth. So when it comes to AI, how AI can help us. So you see that nowadays that AI is just everywhere, and we use AI, even students at school, they use AI to do their homework. And the same way, it makes sense to use AI also in cybersecurity. So since we use AI everywhere and with our daily work, then why not to use AI in cybersecurity? So what AI can do for us in those first phases of the information gathering? First of all, it may automate the collection of large volume of data efficiently and reducing manual efforts and speeding up reconnaissance process. Since we have data, a lot of data everywhere, manual information gathering might be quite time consuming. So if we use AI for this, I don't want to say AI is smarter. It's not always like that, but AI can do repeatable operations much faster. So it's just a machine, and for machines it's easier to just absorb lots of information and like process it compared to the human. So AI quickly analyzes vast data sets to extract meaningful information, enabling fast decision making in the reconnaissance. So also AI may detect some patterns. Of course, it depends what we're looking for, but it might identify some complex pattern within the challenging for the humans to detect manually. So if you have gather information about hundreds or thousands of users, then there's some kind of patterns in their settings, in their configurations may be hard to catch up if you're doing that manually. I mean, not only users, you may get information about systems, users, but it depends what is your target. Like in social engineering attacks, we usually get information about users. In other attacks, maybe systems. So also AI can provide some actionable insights. So based on the analysis, it can give you some ideas what you can do next. So the action may be taken manually, or also sometimes AI can take action as well for you. I would say nowadays AI, the step about absorbing information and analyzing information, AI more commonly used. About taking action is not everything, of course. It's not, so the automated response is a bit at this point less often than just a data analysis, but we're also going into it that we have automated response from AI based on the decision that AI was made. All right, so let's quickly compare traditional methods for enumeration and AI-driven enumeration. So in traditional, first of all, you need to do it yourself manually, using your own tools, with your own speed, using your own resources, and you must analyze it yourself. There's nothing bad about this, but maybe it will be more correct, this analysis. But when it comes to scalability, when you need to make an analysis of the large amount of data, it will take time. So with AI, we can. So the key benefits of AI is not just that this guy is smarter, but it can do things faster. So AI-driven method automate the task and scale easily to handle large amount of data efficiently. Also, AI adapts and learns from the new data, and it can provide the more accurate reconnaissance. Next time it may do reconnaissance or AI-driven whatever, may do it more accurately because it learned something. So let's take a look. We can take a look at this. So probably if you are ever work with did enumeration, let's try something pretty simple. I will run nmap and type something here like google.com. I will turn on PN, so just to avoid pinging, and I will not specify any ports. Let's just say start scanning. All right, so I can see that ports, port 80, port 443 are opened. So here we can see several ports. Honestly, those ports usually are quite straightforward. So we see the port for web, 80 HTTPS. So there's no really rocket science. So there's no port FTP opened or whatever it could be. When you scan yourself, when you scan your own resources, you may find something different. Depends on the provider that you are using, because I'm not allowed to scan every like some kind of private companies. Yeah, of course, Google also a private company. That's too well known. We can scan something like let's say, Microsoft.com. So here we only have port 80 open, but of course it will be redirected to another one. We can try something else. We can try openai.org, and so, sorry, there's a call as well. Okay, so let's try something else. Okay, we have here result. So port 80, port 443. Let's try something else. Let's try SGPT. And let's try to scan ports for google.com. So is that. Sorry. So, oh, I think I know what happened. I think I turn off the connection from outside. No, all networks. Okay, this one didn't work. I tried to use chat SGPT tool with AI, but and just asked to generate run the command for me. It did not work for some reasons, and just doesn't even explain what was the reason. Today the platform I'm using is in Azure, experienced some problems, so that might be the reason. Okay, let's go back to the Nmap. And let's take this response and then let's try to add this to my AI. So here I'm using the system model, system message. As a penetration test expert, your role will be to help identify potential vulnerabilities in a system or network by performing penetration tests. This may include using a variety of tools and techniques to simulate attacks and identify weaknesses, creating detailed reports of findings and recommendations for improving security, and working with the team to develop strategies for preventing future attacks. So I'm going to send this to my AI. And look at this. It gives me the, oh great. Okay, today the Azure platform is going crazy, so not everything is worked perfectly here. So here it says that ports are open. Ports are open. And what it means, what does it mean? So port 80, 443 standard traffic, what we can check if we need to look for vulnerabilities. So do first service enumeration, try to use application testing with the Deerbuster, GoBuster, look for common vulnerabilities like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and so forth. Try to use, they say that Google is unlikely exploitable, but who knows, you can try. And so some recommendations. So here, yeah, of course, if we have experience, we can do it ourselves. But since, come on, sorry, I just bumped with the messages. That's, I think I need to turn off everything or use some kind of AI assistant that answer my emails automatically. Anyway, so enumeration with AI and enumeration with manual traditional, they might be different because of the AI. So how fast will it take for you to generate something like this? Yeah, of course, it's not rocket science here, but if we have more open ports, more service published, they're a bit more specific with the versions. Of course, Google is highly unlikely that will be vulnerable, but it still was pretty quick, even if the platform today is not working as expected. All right, so unfortunately, AI-based scan did not work because of the platform experiencing some issues, because today it was not easy to even make a basic deployment. While we're going to go through Q&A, I will check it again. I'll have a few minutes for it. Okay, so now let's take a look at the AI-powered tools and methodologies for enumeration. What kind of AI tools we can use? So AI-powered asset identification. So AI algorithm can enable precise identification of the network assets. And so it will allow us to find out assets quicker, because with the manual enumeration, it's also fine, but when you do it with AI, it may just make it more scalable. So find out services. So service and configuration recognition. So AI tools analyze configurations and services to provide a comprehensive network mapping. And with AI, we can also increase the scope and depth of the reconnaissance by gathering more information. Gathering information that is just can go deeper. Some of the things about AI that are very exclusive, because yeah, we can build a network map ourselves, but when it comes to network analysis, network traffic analysis, it is not very straightforward, because network traffic analysis is a lot of packets that goes back and forth, and analyze it yourself manually might be not very easy. Then complex data set parsing as well. So again, when it comes to the penetration test or ethical hacking or whatever, so we work with large amount of informations, with the large data sets of information about the network information, about the service configuration and so forth, and parse through it and find out the relevant information out of this large amount of data. That's what AI can do much quicker than human, just because of the nature of the AI. But of course, AI may overlook something, so you should not fully rely on this. We'll be talking about challenges as well. Also, AI is good with anomaly detections, because the human may not always see the may not have always the history of the previous behavior. So what we can do with AI, we can find out anomalies. So AI can learn about the normal behavior, and when it comes to normal behavior, it may be a number of typical attributes. So for example, if user logs in from this location, user logs in from this kind of address, from this kind of device, from this kind of configuration, and so it may learn this information over the time, and then find out anomalies. It can be used also in the pen test, and it can be also used in the protection when we want to find out that this sign-in, this attempt was not usual compared to how it has to be, how it usually happened. Okay. What may be the how the automation is going to help? So AI enables continuous execution of enumeration task, and so in that case is enhance efficiency and reducing manual labor. When it comes to manual labor, of course, here some experts may say, wait a second, they would like to reduce our work. I mean, and as the result, reduce our position. We're not going to discuss really about that, like what AI can do with jobs. That's the different story, and it's not always obvious how it will be done. But it definitely can automate some tasks that are just too tedious and too complicated for humans to do. Like, for example, for me, even if I know how to read the Python code, I will not really read the multiple pages of Python code quickly, but AI can do it in just seconds. So also scalable enumeration. Scalable enumeration. Automation supports scalability, allow enumeration to handle large and complex data set effectively. We talked about that before. One of the key benefits of the AI, the automation of the process can minimize the human error. Because when you do enumeration, you can overlook something, you can run the wrong command, and because of this, all the rest will be the data that you work with may not be relevant. Honestly, maybe if you've ever done pen test and you know this feeling, when you did some enumeration, you got the data, you look at the data, you don't understand what can be done with this data. It's just not, data is irrelevant, and so you bang your head against the wall trying to understand what's going on with this data, and then you step back and you find that somewhere you just use the wrong attribute in the tool or something like that, and that all the stuff generate the wrong data that you're trying to analyze now. So as the result, with AI, ethical hackers can dedicate more time to complex analysis and strategic planning thanks to automation. So that's another step in automation using AI. Okay, so, and we have challenges. Of course, if we're using AI, we have challenges. First of all, is some legal questions. Ethical AI hacking must follow established legal regulations and frameworks to ensure lawful reconnaissance practices. So you cannot say that, oh, that was bad, but not my fault because that was AI. Still, there's a responsibility. So our AI tool that we are using also must follow the ethical requirements, and so they cannot just break the law and say, oh, that wasn't me because that was some kind of AI. That's not my fault. So also, since AI is working with the privacy, it must maintain privacy is crucial when using AI for the reconnaissance, because again, now we're accessing some sensitive data, and that might be not very good idea to allow AI to learn some kind of data and then build a model based on this data, enhance your models based on this data. So also transparency. So during AI-driven reconnaissance, foster trust and helps prevent misuse of intended harm. Because again, transparency is required to understand how the what AI will do and what will not do with the data. One of the problems that you will definitely find with AI is called false positives. False positives. So false positives means that AI can make mistakes. And if AI just gave you just made a mistake and told you like, oh, this command, you will not hack Google, so or you will hack Google. Probably it's not a mistake that you will not hack Google. You can hack Google, just run this command and it will be hacked. So AI can do this. AI can do those mistakes. If you use your like ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, whatever, you probably notice that sometimes it gave you some wrong answers. But if we rely more on AI, if we use it like together with our tools, then and especially if we also configure automate the response based on the AI data that we have in AI, now we have additional risks. So if there's a false positive generated by AI, it can lead to wrong decisions, and especially if you configure your automation based on those decisions, you can automatically take the wrong. So your AI can automatically trigger the wrong action. Okay, data privacy controls. So there's false positives and data privacy. Also, strict measures are essential for safeguard sensitive data. We talked about this challenge previously, that AI will have some access to personal data. So we need to also safeguard our sensitive data. So there's some operational and mitigation. So there's an operational risk as well. Operational risk includes system overreach and AI vulnerability exploitation that can impact performance. So again, if we make a decision based on the AI and even automate the response from AI, then AI may not know about all our plans. So maybe we found vulnerabilities, we go and we don't have any plans to exploit them right now because there's a users actively work, our customers actively work with the system, and we don't want to exploit it right now. But AI, if you configure your system to do so, like make an enumeration and then automatically try to exploit it, then AI may not know about this, which can break your system. Okay, so and of course, we need to keep an eye on this and monitor what the AI is doing. But it can make some risk. Maybe you remember even the stories when AI even delete databases. It wasn't really about security, but that was the AI agent that also dropped the tables. And they can make those decisions as well. So there's also additional challenges. All right, so let's take a look at what else we can do together with AI to enhance threat discovery. So before that, we mostly talk about enumeration of the services, but what about threats? So with AI, we can continuously scan the system to detect vulnerabilities more quicker. Because if you do it manually, and you will not place a human in front of the screen for 24/7 and just look for when new vulnerability pop up in the scan and then react on this vulnerability. AI doesn't require you to sleep and eat and so forth. So you can you can do that 24/7. So at the same, so because of that, because of continuous monitoring, so it will helps to uncover hidden issues that manual assessment might overlook. Just because, again, not because manual assessment is worse in quality. I would say that AI also make mistakes, and AI also overlook things. But AI can just work 24/7, all day long, all week long, compared to the human that when we make manual assessment. So as the result, we can do real AI. So we can do real-time data processing. So we can process reconnaissance data in the near real time, detect threats in that data, and give the response. Maybe again, the response based on the AI decisions not always the best idea, because it might be a bit harmful. Because the AI may not always like decide. So AI can make a decision to, let's say, contain the device, isolate the device from the network. But maybe this is the critical device that should be working now and should not be isolated because of the vulnerability, just because of this. So still, decisions based as AI-based response may not always be perfect, because it may not consider number of things like that that must be considered in your business. Okay, so when it comes to threat identification, AI-powered enumeration techniques enable precise detection and of the threats that may, like some, maybe even if there is some advanced attackers and threats that are well hidden, then because AI constantly check number of signals and do it all the time, it has more chance to detect something like this that human may overlook, like hidden cyber threats. So also mitigation of complex threats. Because of AI, there are a number of cases in the world when the companies mitigated multi-layer cyber attacks and did much quicker compared to, again, to the human, because even if the SOC works 24/7, still the human reaction might be slower than the reaction of the bot, of the AI. So for the enumeration specifically, AI enhanced visibility and reduce risk in the various operational environments. So we have a couple of slides left, and then we will jump to Q&A. And during that, I will also check what's going on with my platform, why it didn't give me the automated response. I mean, not automated response, but why it didn't give me the scan result. Oh, I think I know why that happened. I have ideas. We'll fix it. Okay, so AI can one of the things that also can be done by AI. It may be also the case in enumeration, but not only, is forecasting. So AI, when it learns about the data and learns historical data, it may be able to make predictions. Yeah, of course. Mostly we do that in the protection. So if we analyze the number of attacks, we can make predictions about future attacks, but also can be used from the other side, from another side. So predictive analytics enable organizations to implement proactive security strategies before attack occur. So also ethical hackers use AI to create flexible security responses that adapt to new threats instantly. Also, don't forget, when it comes to ethical hacking, it's not only about to hack something. We also trying to then advise fixes. So also will be part of our things that we need to do. Create flexible security responses and based on the specific threat context. Also, responses may be adjusted dynamically based on the current attack. So it may faster adapt to the new attack, because if we're human, we can protect ourselves. We can protect our company from the attack that we just learned previously, and our baggage is limited. And to learn about new attack and to find out how to protect from it, we still need time for it. AI can do it just quicker. Again, many things about AI is just the speed, not because it's smarter, but because it's just quicker. And so as the result, AI can continuously analyze our systems, can make enumeration, can find out about our security posture, and also advise how they can be protected as well. Because overall, the end goal will be still protection. So AI learn from data. AI systems analyze new data constantly to improve threat detection and response, and continuous learning leads to higher accuracy in identifying security threats and anomalies. And so organization can make their security posture stronger based on the AI recommendations from AI. So here we look at we took a quick look about AI enhanced reconnaissance. How can we use AI to make it better and stronger? Then we talk about ethical and operational challenges. That will always happen. So in case of AI, we always have these challenges, and you should not fully rely on AI only. That will always happen. And then when it comes to ethical hacking, AI empower ethical hacking to proactively not only do like plan their cyber attack, but also defend organization, because overall goal of ethical hacking is going to be the defense. So do you remember in the beginning with that one did not work? So here I'm using let me know now, no rush, no emails that fall in on my head with the title urgent. So SGPT, that's the tool that can be used for enumeration as well. AI backed. You will meet this tool much more if you take a course as CEH or PENT. So here I'm using a model that I deployed in my Azure, and today Azure experienced some problem. I thought that's the problem with the model, but just one of the switches that I need to also turn on. And then here I'm going to ask for the command. Do you remember when I use Nmap to scan Google manually? Now let's try to do the same from the tool, from the SGPT tool. I'm gonna press enter here. They ask me, okay, if you want to scan Google, so now I'm stating that in the plain text, right? So in like a normal human language. So, and it asked me, do you want to describe it, which is like just, it will tell me what command I can use myself, or just would you want to execute it? I'll say execute, let's do it. And now scan those ports for me. And you may say, wait a second, but like, I know how to use Nmap myself. Why do I need to ask this tool? But can you imagine how we can automate it and then simply change the instructions? Because if you would like to configure some automation and like automate Nmap scan, and then you need to all of a sudden you need to change the conditions, change the attributes, change the type of scan. That might be that now you need to get involved again, and now you need to reconfigure your settings. But with AI tool like this, you can just change the words. Because if I would like to scan not for open ports, like for port, let's say SSH. And let's try to execute. And now it says that SSH port is filtered. So it understood what I'm saying and give me the right command. And now this result can be automatically, so I can output dotted files like with nmap. This result can be automatically sent, but like I can trigger API, I can make API request and send that to my model for analysis, and it will tell me if there's a what can I do with this. So we can really even in those simple steps like we do in a pen test, we can build our own automation and make it continuously compared to like your manual task that you have to do every time yourself. All right, so now we can move to Q&A. Exactly. That's one of the concerns about the privacy. And that's why the models that you're going to use, they should be hosted by you. But there's a trade-off. You can go to the website called Hugging Face, for example. You can find out a lot of models there, open source models as well. So you can deploy not only Hugging Face, you can just deploy your own. You can deploy the model like Llama, Mistral, and so forth on your own resources, and use this model for the response. Those models require resources first of all, and they are open source. They can be also fine-tuned if you'd like, but the data will stay locally. Those models are not that powerful like OpenAI models, like GPT models, but they are private. That's the one thing to go. Another one, you may host OpenAI models in Azure Cloud, because at this point still, I'm not sure if it will what will be in the future, because now OpenAI and Microsoft renegotiate the conditions. But by until September, Microsoft has exclusive rights to host OpenAI model in their data center. And in this case, if you do it like that, data doesn't come to OpenAI. So there's a statement from Microsoft that when you host the model, they give you their power, but you don't need to. But they don't need to share. But you'll not share your data with anyone, and it will stay privately. So that's two ways to go. You can host in your own resources, but it might be quite consuming. Also, you can use and plus you can host only open source models, like again, Llama model. If you want to have models from OpenAI, they are not open source, and so you need to find them somewhere else. And one of the at this point, one of the easiest way to do it is to, the safest way to do it is to host them in Azure Cloud. That's why and all the things I showed you is based on you may even notice when I run the command, it was like my model was in Azure. I guess you mean here about that AI and privacy again? I guess so. But yeah, you may AI must be compliant with different standards, and the European Union has this own standard about AI, and also in America there's a lot of concerns about the AI and the privacy. So yeah, that's AI is also must be compliant with different regulations, and nowadays number of them is growing. Long time ago we didn't have anything like GDPR, and it was we were not that much responsible for the personal data like now. And now because AI is a new topic, and now it's become more and more regulated. First of all, if you are depends on the model that you are using. First of all, the quality of the model, because different models that use different trained data. Model that is and model that has more information about your data will respond better and more accurate. So the way to go here might be fine-tune the model. So when you train the model with your own data, in that case, those specific questions will be handled much better. Plus, if you just wanted to use model for specific purposes, like you mentioned about like automate multi-vector asset discovery, you don't need to have full GPT that knows everything about everything and everything. You just need to have the model that aware of those assets. So train your own model. You don't really train the model from scratch, but you just you fine tune the existing models and enrich it with your own data that makes sense for the for your tasks. Depends whose model is better, but it's usually AI doesn't know that he was attacked by AI most of the time. It just see the signals, and I would say nowadays also most companies are attacked by AI, and they also use protection by AI. So it depends which model is more advanced. So there's no like a single answer on that, because still AI is based on some data that was learned previously. Depends what data, what model, what tool knows more. If attacker tool knows the technique that AI of the defender doesn't know how to protect from them, then AI of the attacker has higher priority and will dominate, like you said. So how can we confuse that? How can we confuse the attacker? So first of all, we need to learn the behavior of attacker, like and the AI tools that we use, they still based on the assumption that learned previously. And if we going to use ML model to confuse the attacker, attacker reconnaissance, I'm not sure if you mentioned that how to confuse attacker reconnaissance that was done manually or was done by AI tools. But if you have something like some kind of honeypots that respond in the with different answers every time, it might definitely confuse human and AI as well. But before you decide how to respond, he can make this decision of the response based on the previously learned data. But I honestly don't have like a simple answer for you about like what models can do so. I'm not sure. I'm not aware of any assessment that can be done completely with AI, and I would not trust this assessment as well. So we have the general rule about AI nowadays. Human must know how those things work. So AI can automate things. AI can work 24/7. AI can work without coffee breaks and lunch, but human must know what AI is doing and understand it. Otherwise, you may heard of different stories when AI creates some fake reports with the fake links and so forth, and that was just blindly set to as the audit result. So human must be accountable and so be able to verify it. So it's still we use AI as the assistant, but not as the auditor replacement at this point. So I would say AI is finding some systems on the public. AI is accessing them, but because if this system is not controlled by you, then it's still illegal to do it. It's still illegal to exploit those findings. Because again, there's a really like we said before in the presentation that some responsibility issues still exist because AI can do something, but you cannot say it was not my fault. It was some kind of robot, and I just walking around. And what I can say, thank you, I guess. Stay safe. Don't use AI only. Also, you know the things you are doing, and then use AI as the assistant and not as the replacement. So